So how do you pass in Madden 24? There is, again, loads and loads of different options you can go for, especially when it comes to selecting a play. You'll see that the coach will recommend some stuff, as well as being able to go for your formations and pick what you want. For instance, we're going to go with the PAY glance, and we can see here if we hold the RT, or at least whatever controller you're holding, you can see where the runs are going. Predominantly we're looking at that number A, so let's have a look and see where he goes. We want to make sure he's going for it. We can see that slant, it's getting blocked a little bit. We've got a bit of time and we can see the punt there, and that is a cracking one. Then if we can go for a little bit of a juke, we know we're going to get tackled there. We managed to just get a void and get a few more yards, but that's a perfect one right there. Again, always with passing, watch your QB. Make sure no one's going past you, and if someone does, run for the hills. Absolutely run for it. So if we go for another one, let's see what else other passes we've got going on. We've got a nice one on the gun there. Let's have a look and see what that one does for us. So we've got the X running slants. Obviously then Y's going up far left. We've also got RB for a little one there, which should be able to be free. So let's see what X does. And RB is going to be our little one. There he is right in the field. Should get to it. And a good knockoff. Didn't manage to drop the ball, which is even more perfect. And got a lot of yards. 64 in total in two plays. That's never going to be a bad one. So now we're getting a little bit close to the end zone. We got to watch where we're going. There's not enough space really to kind of hold that run. RB is what we're looking at, as we can see, but there is plenty of options you can go for. Get the hike. Make sure we watch it. And there's the punt right there. Can we get it in? Just going a little bit too tight. Good accuracy, as it says. And naturally, as you play more and more, we'll see a bit more and more. So we go for the run instead, just to show you kind of the difference in the running and passing. So as we can see, he's going to hand it off, and we want to go right. Let's go and see if we can get past everybody. Hold him off nicely. Little juke inside. And again, another juke inside. And it's a good tackle. Just pretty much goal line, if anything. So we're back out on the field. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get there. I think we have got just before the goal line now. So we're going to go for another run just to see if we can get it across this line and go back on the defense. Let's see if we can just throw straight through the hole, and a good jump. Perfect. And it's just showing what passing and running can do combined. It's good to have both in your locker. And naturally, you will get better as you kind of progress through your Madden career. It will just take practice. Passing's going to be the hardest one that you go for, to be honest, because it's the one that you've got to read the directions, you've got to watch all of your opponent at the same time as learning the runs as well. You'll be able to obviously pick the runs a little bit better in the pass plays as you get more practice, because you'll see what's more of a dangerous throw and what's more of a safe bet if you can get it. So for instance, if we get a shotgun, somebody who, and I'll show you after we've got this return, but somebody who kind of runs forward and makes a quick dash behind, that is going to be the easiest pass you can make, but it will make the very little yards, and we absolutely maul him up there. So as we see here, for instance, A and Y, we've got obviously the stick and double swirl. That's going to be almost like a shotgun. I'm trying to see if there's another one very similar to it, but we'll show you the double swirl, because even though he's kind of gone, like we see, he's gone forward, gone for the slant, but then he's also coming back on himself. It's the perfect shotgun, as we'll see, bullet pass. So we'll see him make that turn in, and there it is. Straight away, goes to him. Luckily, the defender did manage to, did manage to obviously kind of go in front of him. Little touchdown, and it works perfectly. But it's not always like that, to be honest. A lot of the time, the defender will be behind him. He won't get ahead, and to be honest, if you do manage to get in front like that, you'll find that the interception rate could be there if he's obviously turned a little bit easier. With that, I think it was a perfect play. Managed to get away from him as well, which is always nice. But that is the kind of difference when you obviously go for something like a bullet pass, you go for a lob, for a Hail Mary. There's different ways. I always find the bullet to be the easiest one for a starter. And then obviously as you get kind of a bit more advanced with it, you can then kind of go with the lob passes, maybe a half pass that goes a little bit further, and you can kind of see where you go with it. Going for another long pass here as well. We're looking at that big X run coming across. It is a good slant. Gets away from everybody. Gets that. And that is just a perfect pass. The big ones for obviously passing is going to be the Hail Mary. That's going to be number one on the list of anybody knows anything. We know about the Hail Mary, which it's so risky in terms of interception. It is literally, as we kind of describe it, it's a final last-ditch attempt. You shouldn't be trying it in the first quarter, because it is literally a full-on lob and hoping somebody catch it. I'm not going to do that again. The first time we recorded it, it didn't work. Second time, it is an absolute spot on, and that is a beautiful catch. Again, it is last-ditch attempt. It a lot of the time will not work out. It's a literal last-ditch, one moment to catch it to get your touchdown. Other than that, it is generically just not used. It's a final attempt. You want to be sticking to your normal passing game. Like I say, if you're fourth quarter and down, it's the final play, then yes, Hail Mary is probably the best way to go, unless you know that you can get an opening. That is really about it with the Hail Mary.